Hello, my name's host Eric, and today I offer you the provocatively titled video, The Faustian Nature of Tweaking. Yes, we're talking about amphetamine, speed, tweak, crank, go fast, dale gas, glass. Walter White's product of preference. Except we're not talking about street speed, we're talking about prescription speed. That's point one of this video. Same fucking shit. I've been a meth addict. I was a meth addict for 4 years. It was quite a long time ago. But I know what speed is. I can tell you, in no uncertain terms, they're remarkably similar. Some might say, oh, that's smoking hash. It's not marijuana. Yeah, it is. Same thing with meth and Adderall. Remarkably similar drugs. The main difference comes in the taking methodology. With meth, you have a bag full of little crystals, basically little pieces of transparent stuff that looks like little shards of glass, but of course it's not. It's crystallized methamphetamine. And question then arises, well, what do you do with this methamphetamine? And there's several different ways you could ingest it. Some people even just take it orally, like as though it were orally prescribed amphetamine. And I suspect, I don't really remember too clearly exactly what that. I did parachute it on a few occasions. It's called parachuting it, because in order to get it down, you wrap it in a little piece of paper towel, swallow that. But I didn't do that very often, and my preferred ingestion methodology was smoking methamphetamine, which is why I think at least had something to do with the excesses that did correlate more strongly with methamphetamine than correlate with Adderall, is because the way in which it was taken. Of course, some people shoot it into their veins. I never did that. And then there's this old standby, which is rail it up. Pain, you know? Okay, so that's speed. What does it do to you, first of all? Well, it's primarily a motivational drug. It provides motivation, and it makes the process of doing abundantly easy. Now, I want to stress, whether it's Adderall or methamphetamine, if you're not the right type of person, it's a bad idea to touch this stuff. There are only certain personality types that can handle and should do speed. NTPs, basically. Definitely ENTPs. ENFPs, maybe. But they're feelings oriented, so it's going to get fucked up. Because people always talk about the crash from speed. That when you come down, you feel like awful. You just feel so bad. You feel sad. But not really experienced that. I never really have. I imagine it's because I'm so distant from my feelings. The thing is, why did I become addicted to meth? It wasn't because it made me feel good. It was because it allowed me to get shit done. I was so excited to work. Like, what do I do in my current capacity as a regular amphetamine user? You're looking at it, you know? I do this. I make shit. I make videos. I got a business too. I got a debate business that's pretty successful. We're doing well this year. And, you know, make shit happen. You gotta make some shit happen in life. And I never made anything happen before I did speed. Now, when I was a meth addict, I made some interesting stuff happen, but um, I simply wasn't developed enough as a human being to pull it off. I had too many insecurities that speed was covering up. And I was not, I was getting to not deal with them. I was not feeling a lot of emotion at the time, and I'd really get lost in shit. But that's what makes it Faustian, right? So the title of this, The Faustian Nature of Tweaking, is I'm talking specifically about a specific instance of the character of Faust. Faust, of course, is a character who sells his soul to the devil in order to get knowledge. Now, this character has been reincarnated in various forms. One such form is the example provided by Thomas Mann, the writer Thomas Mann, in his Dr. Faustus book, which is a book I read quite a long time ago, but was quite taken with. This is before I'd ever even done speed. But I just thought, oh, that's amazing what they're saying there. Because the book is all about a composer of music who's failing artistically, and then makes a deal with the devil of some sort. It's not literal, it's literary, but he comes out with these spells. I'll have a spell of needing to lie down and just fucking a spell sleepy week, but it comes with physical and mental anguish as well. And then when that breaks, he'll have a spell of feverish activity in which he gets amazing shit done. Like all his best work is like done in this state of extreme flow. This is rather the nature of amphetamines, and somebody who's a amphetamine reliant individual like me. It's not that I can get nothing done without them. It's that I'm vastly more prolific in my production with and without, and I'm probably somewhat more likely to spit out something brilliant amongst the pile of stuff as I am when I'm not on it. So I might be somewhat more likely to, but not necessarily hugely more likely to. I can still achieve the same sort of artistic achievements or creative achievements or whatever you want to call it, media achievements, which is basically just, I think like, oh, that's good, that's funny. I think, oh, that's funny, haha, that's a good one, I like that. That's what I mean by media achievements. Okay, just to be clear about that, is when I think it's good, basically when I think it's a good video. Obviously, it helps a lot if other people tell me it's a good video, and if the splay of the data suggests that an honest read of the data is that people think it's good, then in that instance, that's the artistic achievement I'm talking about. It's just making sure that it's better rather than worse. So, on those grounds, I find it's critical. And then, in terms of achievement that people think of as achievement, Well, I don't use it so much for that right now, but I have in the past a lot. You know, when I started working at Kudos, uh, I had to build this big program architecture, and I was at work 8, 10 hours a day. I put a handle on that shit, but I needed Adderall to do it. Otherwise, it would have been just torture sitting in that office working on that shit. I would not have been able to reach enough state of flow to to stay sane. One of the factors is ENTPs don't like being alone for a long time, and one exception to that is if you're in a state of flow. In a natural state of being, most people can only maintain a state of flow for so long, and their states of flow are hard to come by, perhaps far and few between. Adderall extend the state of flow a long amount, and additionally, you can make them come about more easily. So, this is my advice to anybody either on amphetamines of either legal or illegal kind, or considering going on amphetamines, either illegal or legal kind, is it's a pretty simple test. If you've been doing it for a little while and you're making a lot of things, you're getting a lot of things done, it may not be what you're supposed to be doing, but it's a significant amount of work product anyway. Much more significant than before you took it. Then you're meant to do amphetamines. However, if instead you find, oh, only for a little while was actually more productive, and now I'm just like doing shit that's completely out, like playing video games or masturbating for 10 hours, you know, shit that tweakers do, then you shouldn't do speed. That means you don't actually need it. You're not meant to do it. When I do speed, which is regularly, three weeks out of every month about, I get a lot of shit done. Is it necessarily what I'm supposed to be doing? No, but I can point to it and say, yes, I got that done, that done, that done, that done. I can point to a big list of shit. So, you may or may not argue about the value of it, but it's concrete stuff that didn't exist before. It doesn't count to say, well, I got to level 7 on the video game. That is not getting shit done. Don't fool yourself, girl. That's going right up the poop chute. So, that's the Faustian nature of tweaking. And, you know, you lose some sleep. You get caught up in a little bit of folly. That kind of goes with the territory. You know, there's 3 states of being: fuss, frolic, and folly. Try to stay in frolic. Sometimes you go into fuss. Do your best to stay away from folly. If you can keep those rules in mind, your life will be perfect. If you're not meant to do speed, if you're not an ENTP, basically, don't do it. It'll fuck up your life. I've seen it happen to lots of people. It doesn't happen to me, but it happens to everybody else. Okay? So, everybody else being non-ENTPs. We're actually supposed to take the shit. I don't know. Go figure, right? Oh, that super drug addict type really needs to take speed. Yeah, we do. Totally we do. Oh, don't drink alcohol, by the way, kids. Bad for you. Better to do meth than drink alcohol. I actually believe that.